Dave, are you ready?
Am I ready? Of course I'm ready.
Dave, all I can say is, here we go.
Here we go.
What's going on, Dave? Welcome to Primetime. My name is Paul Spencer. That is Cowboy Dave Yarnell. It's Primetime. It's Wednesday. It's 9:30. It's the 215 Boys Live. My name is Paul Spencer. As you already know, I said that's Dave. Dave, here we go. I'm ready.
Here we go.
You already know, Dave. How you feeling, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Man, I am stoked, brother. Listen, I don't play for participation trophies, but brother, you know what? I shined one of them on the mantle already because the NFC East champs, brother. You know what I mean?
That is true. That is true. That's one down and a lot to go.
Hell yeah. Eddie, my boy, what's going on? Eddie says, how about them boys? You already know, Eddie.
Eddie, what's up, baby? Thanks for checking in, my man. Eddie. I need to talk to you, Eddie.
You already know. I hope this whole Dallas team talks to us the rest of the season because it's time, baby. It's time. But hey, Dave, listen, before we get into the Cowboys, man, I do want to talk about one thing off the field here for our team. A big coaching move today, Dave. Pete Carroll.
Yeah, huge.
Wow.
I think it took everybody out of surprise today. Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah, it's funny, Dave. Like, I didn't believe it at first. I looked at it, I put it in the group chat, and then you put on there, the whole thing about it. But I had to look at it if it was BS or not. I seen it on Twitter, and I'm like, all right, you know what? Adam Schefter reported, so it's got to be true. But then I go back, and I remember last week I was watching his press conference. I still have the juice in me. I still want to coach. I still have everything about me. I'm still a head coach. I still want to continue this run. I was like, holy shit. Then all of a sudden today, it's like, we're going to keep him on as an advisor, but damn, Pete Carroll, brother,
I saw him in the press conference today, and he was talking about his wife, and he was like, his wife being, being behind him the whole time and everything. Mm-hmm. So, it's definitely a surprise move. Nobody saw this coming. I'm sure Seattle fans are like, "What is going on here?" I'm sure they're shocked as well. So,
did you see the thing where they had, a couple of them? They had actually, they on Twitter, I think it was Bobby Wagner. A couple other ones on there saying, like, I can't believe this move. Nobody talked about it. Nobody knew. But Dave, at a point, I do get why they let him go. A point is, Dave, you know about this league. It's all about what have you done for me lately. We know that, Dave. The Rams in the playoffs. The Niners, top of the division, number 1 seed, in and out.
I know.
Every year. What has Seattle done for us lately? I know you won a Super Bowl, 2 appearances, 1-1. Could have won another one, Dave, but you didn't give Marshawn Lynch the damn ball. Number 1.
The Butler did it.
But yeah, exactly. But I mean, I understand that point. But Dave, I do want to ask you before we get into the our last game here, moving forward. Dan Quinn's a rumor, Dave.
Oh, I was hoping you weren't going to bring that up. I really wasn't, and I knew you were going to. I saw it coming. I love Dan Quinn, and what he's done with this Cowboys defense has been outstanding. And would it make sense? Yes. Would I be upset about it? Absolutely. I don't want to see Dan go. I just don't.
Yep. Eddie says, I think Dan Quinn's going to be the Seahawks job. I think he does get it too. I mean, he's been there. He's coached under Carroll with the Legion of Boom. He was one of the founders of it. Pete Carroll was the initiator of it. Dan Quinn ran it. It's something deep. Their defense is pretty good still. They're not, Cam Chancellor, they're not Richard Sherman anymore. They're not that type of guy, but what's his name? Damn, I forgot his last name.
I mean, then again, rumors are everybody has one. So we don't know for sure what Dan Quinn's thinking. It's funny because sorry to cut you up, but I watch Dan Quinn's press conferences all the time. Like he's talking about his defense. He loves being in Dallas. He's excited. His family's here and everything. You know what? If he stayed in Dallas, I'd be happy as a lark. I would love it because I love my defense coordinator. But if he moved to Seattle, I would understand. But it would hurt. It would definitely hurt.
I mean, it would, Dave. But we talked off camera here, and I'll tell you what. The guy Joe Witt, the defensive coordinator, the assistant defense coordinator. I watched his conference last week when they were talking about all the coaching moves. It was like that wasn't behind the scenes, but it was like part of Cowboys Network where they were talking to him. And they said, Joe, you're the assistant defensive coordinator here with all the coaching moves, and throughout the league. How do you see yourself progressing in the future? He's like, well, under the Dan Quinn system, it's his defense. I am just like a pupil learning it. And we always talk about next man up on the field, but we talk about next man up in the coaching ranks as well for this team in-house. If I was ever to get a job where Dan Quinn moved on and I became the DC, this is Dan Quinn's defense. I've learned from the best. I've coached the best. It's his system. It will never change. Only thing is it's going to be a different verbal voice communicating to the players. It's his.
No, I'm sure Joe would love the job if it's presented to him. If Dan Quinn were to leave and go to Seattle, that would be great. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
And listen, I don't want to go.
But I don't want him to go either. But you know what? Sometimes Jerry does things that we don't know sometimes. So who's to say Jerry say, you know what, Dan? We love you here. Give you this, keep you that. Who's to say?
Well, the other thing with Dan Quinn, he's one of those guys that's under the radar. Yes, he's been a head coach, went to the Falcons Super Bowl, took them there, lost it, of course. But he's not one of those guys, Dave, that highly talks out of content. He stays in between his realm. He's very quiet. He coaches what he coaches. He stays in his realm. He's not that, Jimmy Johnson, the great motivator, the great coach that tells you what he feels, tells you what he thinks. He's not that. So I can't see Jerry Jones saying, you know what, we're going to part ways. I don't see that because I think he's going to pay him. He gave Dallas a discount last year, said, I want to coach defense. He could have went to 3 places last year, was arguably lined up for the Panthers job, Dave, if you really
right. And I totally agree with that, Paul. You're right. Absolutely. But Dan Quinn he still has unfinished business being here. So he's not done, and he's not done yet. That's for darn sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dave. I think every coach from it's been 29 years. I think every player, every coach, every freaking fan has something to say about that because it's been 29 damn years.
It's been 29 years too long for that. God. And the way they're playing right now, and their confidence, and the locker room's up, and the confidence level's high. We have a long way to go before Dan Quinn gets out of here. That's for sure.
Yeah. Eddie comments. He says Quinn saw how bad Carolina's ownership was. I couldn't agree with you more.
Can you blame him?
I mean, you think about it. I mean, both Dallas coaches were arguably 1 and 2 contenders for that job last year, and Kellen Moore. Was
Kellen Moore,
one of the guys for the Carolina job too, and he got the second interview. And I think the writing was on the wall. We don't want to come here to an organization like this that's a shit show.
But I actually heard that Boy Wonder is actually a candidate for the Chargers job for a head coach. So I don't know.
You know what? Hey, congratulations if you get it. I'm still never going to call you Wonder Boy. You're still going to be Dollar Store Boy to me. The first year you was Wonder Boy, then you turned into Dollar Store Boy. Then after that you became Clearance Rack. He
was Boy Wonder to me, so
Yeah. Well, you know what? He might be a good OC, Dave, if he dials down the freaking terminology. It makes it simple.
True.
That's what. Hey, listen. That's what Mike McCarthy did this year, Dave. He tuned it down from XYZ all the way from A to Z, and McCarthy just said, "Hey, Dak, here it is. Your play is A, B, C. It's not A to Z anymore."
Well, it's not like he doesn't have a bad quarterback up there in LA. I mean, Herbert's a pretty good, solid quarterback out there. So
you're right. Oh, I love this one, Eddie. You know what, Eddie? You know what?
More his Walmart brand boy.
He is great. You know what, Dave? That's it. I'm writing that one down. Hold on. You know what? Let me get my card. I'm writing that one down.
Walmart.
He is great value. Because Walmart is great value, correct?
Poor Kellen.
Great value, Kellen Moore. That's his
name.
Eddie, thank
you.
Wow. Eddie, I am putting that right on the Cowboys logo right there. That stays on my Cowboys logo right there. Yep. That's a good. I love that one.
Yep.
But Walmart does have some pretty good product because I buy their brand sometimes too. But
I mean, they do.
But you know what, David? Let's get into something different, man. Hey, we had a game last week, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of was. I was present at that game.
I think you were. Dave, I didn't think it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer, a little screen watch and pull the starters, whatever here. But Dave, you got to be honest with me. That first quarter, were you a little bit on the edge, Dave?
Not really. No, because I kind of figured that Mr. Riverboat Ron was going to pull out all of his tricks, which he did. A lot of reverses here and there, and the one that Gilmore dropped. Oh man, that should have been a pick. He had in his hands, But no, I give Washington a little credit. I mean, they did come out. They came out in the first quarter. They came out swinging. They did. But this Dallas team, you know what they didn't do, Paul? Honestly, they didn't flounder like they normally do. They just picked it up and went.
Last year, Dave, we always used that coin, prove me wrong, last year for the whole season.
Right, exactly.
And
right.
I tell you what, going into this season, you proved me wrong many ways this year, winning division, of course. But I always said, Dave, there's a different mentality with this Dallas team. You can go to a big game. and all things could be on the line here, and you don't show up to me. That's the
Yep.
Dallas Cowboys that I'm so used to seeing, where it's critical for the game, the winning of the game, of course, to move on. But they showed up, Dave. That was the thing.
I have to give Washington credit. The block punt was interesting. It really was.
Dave, brother. He was
I should say the block kick, whatever you want to call it. But it was like, okay. But they didn't score.
No, they didn't. No.
Defense held. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Eddie agrees. I was scared, Dave. I was kind of scared. I'm like, oh, man,
I wasn't. I really wasn't, because you could just see on the sidelines that Dallas' confidence level was still there. Like, we're not losing this game. There's no way this is going to happen.
You know what, Dave? I could have seen it both ways. Coming in that first quarter there, especially that block punt there. Of course, momentum's with you, and I'm like, you know what? And then Dave,
Right.
I don't know if it was this show or the Cowboys show, whatever I was, or the NFL. I think it was the NFL Pick'em show. I said something like, Dave, we got to remember, Bieniemy and Rivera is going to pull out every play that they have in their play.
He did.
Didn't I mention something about a halfback pass?
Yeah, you did. They did it too.
Did they run that play or not?
They did. Yeah, they did. That was Bieniemy all day.
Every coach has that somewhere in their playbook where you know what, if you're winning or whatever, you know what, I want to bring this out just to see something. We call it the Trojan horse, is what we call it. And when I seen that, I was like, they really just did that. Wow.
Yeah. Actually, I was happy to see. I was happy to see Tony Pollard run the ball on Sunday, and he really did. He ran it really pretty well.
He did.
Yeah, which was good to see. And he actually got a touchdown, which was good to see. So I think taking that positive energy for what they did on Sunday, take that to the first round, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, but let's talk about the man. Just like Eddie says, CD Lamb. He had 13 catches this week, not 12. He had 13.
There's 13. Yep.
13 catches, man. 13 catches, 98 yards, 2 TDs. Listen, here's the big thing: 13 targets, 13 receptions, 100%. 100%.
I want to give a shout out to Terry McLaurin too. He did break a record. So
4,000 yards, 100. And I tell you what, I said on Steve's show, I got to say something to the Cowboys. It's about respect. Deron Bland was quoted saying, when they talk about McLaurin, getting 1,000 yards, he did say, he goes, we knew what it was about. We knew that he needed 1,000 yards. It was going on the sidelines, even our sideline. I played 8 yards off the ball. He needed 7 yards. He got 8 yards. I played 8 yards off the ball. That is respect right there, because you know what?
Sure it is.
He's commended by so many people in this league, by players, by analysts. He's a guy that plays the game right, Dave. And I understand, it's yardage going against your defense, but I don't think anybody on that defensive side said, you know what? Don't let him get 1 yard. I don't see that.
No, I don't think. Yeah, well, Terry McLaurin, I feel bad for the guy, but he's such a great receiver. It's on a bad team. If he was like on somebody like say Detroit or Rams or something like that, who knows?
It's bad when you're a number one wide receiver and you've been through quarterback after quarterback after quarterback.
I know. That's why I feel bad for him, because he's such a good receiver.
You know who he reminds me of, Dave? Not to go off subject here, but he reminds me of Brandon Cook a lot in many ways.
Brandon Cooks?
Yeah, 1,000-yard receivings with a bullshit quarterback, down there in Houston. He was the Chargers. He had 1,000 yards, and I think it was the Texans. He had 1,000 yards. Or no, was it the Saints or somewhere?
I think it might have been New England.
New England, yes, exactly. New England. I'm sorry, where he had those 1,000 yards receiving with basically really no quarterback, really, if you think about it, after Brady left. And then you go to Washington and you're still back-to-back 1,000-yard receivings. Congratulations, man. Hey, you're good in my book. You're good in my
congrats to Terry McLaurin. He well-deserved. And actually, it was funny because after he got the catch and everything, they put a huge thing up on the board for him, and it's well-deserved.
Yeah, I mean, some players get that respect no matter what. We always talk about basketball. You get that flop call. Well, in the NFL, what you get, it's called the respect value. And Terry McLaurin, he deserves that respect value no matter what.
Yeah.
But getting back,
I was saying to Steve the other day, I couldn't get over. I've been to many Washington games, Dallas games down at that junkyard they call FedEx Field, which is dumb. It really is. But I can't get over how Washington has a band. I can't. That blows my mind.
I tell you what, like up here, Dave, we this year I'm coaching for JV, but we don't have a band, and we have a big box that we play out of music out of. And I'm the one that everybody likes this, new music, whatever, get you pumped up. But me, I go out and I download a marching band song, because I love that drummer's beat,
I feel like I'm in a high school football game a lot of times.
Yeah, that's to me is like, and that's the feeling. Like that's why you go to like college football, Dave. Eddie loves college. You always check the college show, and it's like when you watch the college bands, like the Dotting of the I, something like
Right.
that. The Notre Dame fight song that gets me hyped up. That's what it's all about because it's the atmosphere, number one. But that is remarkable that they have a damn.
It's hysterical to me.
Do they have the guy pushing the thing up and down like that?
Yeah, and they got the guy doing the symbols and everything, and it's like, it's like, what, a high school football game or a college football game? I don't even know.
Right? Yeah, I love it. I love the atmosphere. I just can't believe they do it, man. I tell you what, that's awesome. That's old school.
It's hysterical to me. And every time I go, I keep forgetting about the band, and they do it before the game starts. I'm like, oh, here comes the marching band.
I never even knew that, honestly. I've never even seen that. I wish you would have said.
Oh, you got to go to a FedEx game, man. You'll see it.
Oh, I don't like that field, Dave. Oh God, I don't like that field.
Dude, I'll tell you, Cowboy Nation took over that stadium.
I know. So one of my friends actually went down there. He was showing me a video where the parking lot and like a triangle of the parking lot was all Dallas everywhere.
We took over. Absolutely. We do all the time, and they know it.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to this game here, Dave. Well, of course, we talked about, let's talk about Dak Prescott here. My God, 31 for 36.
I'll tell you.
4 TDs, 1 pick, but Dave, 31 for 36, brother. Just take what the defense did. You take your shots down.
He did.
Nothing big, but manages the games, 1 turnover. Hey, I'll take that 4-to-1 ratio.
It's so funny, Paul. Honestly, I'm watching. Like, he's doing our first drive where we went up 7-0,
mm-hmm.
and you could just see Dak. He's controlling the offense, and people are doing what he's doing. But the one throw he threw in the end zone to Tolbert for the touchdown, Tolbert was not even. I don't even know where he was. He came out of nowhere, and it was like
yeah, they were showing it off and on, a different screen. I was watching it, Dave, and Dak had so much pressure in his face. I forgot who it was pressuring him right up the middle, and it was just a communication read, Dave, where he was on his back foot. He threw the ball even before Tolbert turned. He was even that way in his turn. The ball was in the air. As soon as Tolbert turned, he was just like, "Oh shit, I got to catch it."
But it was like, but when you watch it like live and you saw it, and when he threw, I'm like, oh, he's throwing it out of bounds. And Tolbert came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The guy was like, where'd he come from? And Faith goes, he was right there. I'm like, what? I didn't see him.
Yeah. I watched the replay of it. And they showed like the pressure on Dak, and I'm like, wow, that's a perfect throw. That's like,
and it was a good throw.
Receivers, but not putting the ball, because the defender's back was turned, so it was either going to be, not a batted down ball, or hit him in the helmet, or hit him incompletion basically. But he had a hell of a game, Dave. The other thing I want to talk about.
I am so tired of Dak getting disrespected in this league, though. My man had 36 touchdowns this year, 9 interceptions, and still, it blows my mind.
But Dave,
Josh Allen, give me a break.
But Dave,
come on.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to stick up for Dak here, but I'm going to say why you hear it. It's because it's Dallas Cowboy football.
I get it, but Dak's having a heck of a season, man.
I get that, Dave. You're not going to get the MVP. The only way you're going to get the MVP for Dak is he goes out and he gets to the Super Bowl. If he gets to the Super Bowl and comes up short, losing the game, close game, he gets the MVP. That's the only way I could ever see Dak getting it. I don't care if he
goes. Deny a guy with 36 touchdowns and 9 picks.
I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying, listen, Dallas Cowboy football. All eyes are on you. You're America's quarterback. You got to throw for 45.
And you said last year in an interview, or it was this year, whatever it was, I will have under 10 interceptions. Well, he had 9.
Well, you know what? Carry that on, because you got at least 4 more games to go, and we better not throw another damn pick then. You know what I mean?
Well, the regular season's done. As far as I'm concerned, he did what he had to do. Now it's a new season in the playoffs. So
yeah, to me, Dave, I've always been a philosopher of this here. Even with the Heisman Trophy, you do not give the Heisman Trophy out. You don't give the Belenkoff. I know you're not a college guy. Belenkoff, all these, Maxwell Award winners, the MVP of the NFL, defensive, offensive, Rookie of the Year. You don't give these awards out to the end of the season, because to me, it's from week 1 to the end of the Super Bowl, regardless if your team makes it. I don't care, Dave, if you throw 55 TDs one year, and your team misses the playoffs, you're out, you don't make the playoffs. I don't want to hear you might be the MVP, but you're not getting an MVP talk until the season's over. I hate that. I hate that, because to me, there's 2 seasons in the NFL, Dave. We talked about Peyton Manning, my favorite quarterback. Greatest regular season quarterback of all time to me ever. Playoffs, ooh, you know what? Not so damn good. Yes, he did win a Super Bowl,
I hear you.
Not so damn good. You know what I mean? Different.
But going back to Dak, though, you can see I just love the combination between him and Lamb. You just see they're on the same page every single time, and it's great to watch. It's just fun to watch.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
is.
Just like Eddie said, 13 catches for Lamb. I mean, this week they talk
Lamb
about
has had a hell of a year, man.
insane. But Dave, the one thing I want to talk about finally, okay, Tony Pollard, 17 carries, 70 yards, 1 TD. Dave, he's been averaging 2.6 per yard per the year. Hey,
I know.
You know what? I get it, Washington. I get that, who we played.
True.
But you know what? You 4 yards a carry. That's Dallas football right there.
No doubt. When Dallas runs when Dallas runs the ball, that's Cowboy football. We know that. I mean, all those years with Emmett, we know that. But no, it was good to see 70 yards, touchdown. Had a good day. He had a really good day.
Eddie says, "This is crazy, but I agree with Eddie here. My vote for MVP would be Trent Williams. Saw how bad he was with San Francisco when he missed the 3 games when he was out. I get that, but nobody ever is going to get an offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman's not going to get the MVP. I'm sorry to say that.
Like the college show we talked about with Michigan here, the offensive line. Congratulations to them because they won that game with Edwards and Corum running the ball for the entire season. The offensive line is so discredited in any league, Dave, from Pop Warner football all the way up to NFL level. They get discredited so much because they are what the NFL stands for. They are the hungry guys. Go out there, every play. They don't take plays off, either a pass block, running block. They have to know protection wise. To me, Dave. Yes, the quarterback is the smartest guy in the room. Of course, I get that.
Oh, he has to be. No doubt.
To me, I've always said this, Dave, and I said this to you. The second smartest player in an NFL squad is the center, Dave.
That's true, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
It has. Yeah.
I agree.
It's funny, Paul. We didn't have what do you call it? Zach Martin didn't play. Tyler Smith didn't play, but I thought TJ Bass did a hell of a job today on Sunday.
He played well. He played well. Yep, he played well.
I thought he did well.
I'm not fooled either. Eddie says I'm not fooled by Pollard. One good game this year. I want to see it. Now it's Playboy. Playboy.
Do it against Green Bay and see what happens.
Yeah, it's playoff football here. You got to continue it. To me, it's like, okay, you can average 4 yards here or there, but you got to give it to me in playoff system because you're not going to score 40 to 50 points on teams now. Now it's going to be half that where you're scoring. The game is won in the trenches here. You got the offensive line to do it. Now it's up to you. Hit the hole. Because Dave, how many times have we said this last year? I said a best back is when they get the ball north and south, hit the hole. We seen Pollard do that last year. This year, Dave, it's a little hesitant, Dave. It's the hit, jump. You know what I mean?
It was funny. Like we were saying earlier, like I liked what I saw of Tony Pollard. I really did. But if Zach Martin was there, he might have gotten more than what he got. Think about it.
Yeah, I think it's. I agree with that too. I'm glad they did sit him because we need that coming into the playoffs.
Zach Martin was a late scratch there. Nobody saw that coming. Where'd that come from? I mean, he got sick. He was ill. Whatever it was, but
he was playing. He said on the thing it said questionable, and then it was inactive. So I was thinking like, okay, he's going to play. But
he made the trip. He was there. I saw him on the plane.
Yeah. I get that. I get that too. But
I was like,
I'm glad they set him. But
I'm sure he'll be there Sunday, ready to roll. That's for sure.
Yeah. Eddie says Lamar is a fraud. I agree with that. You know where I stand.
I disagree with that. Lamar's good. Lamar's really good.
But I agree with this 100%. The defense carries him. Now, Dave, let me ask you this real quick. We'll play on this really quick here. I agree with Eddie, and I don't agree with Eddie. I agree that he's a good quarterback, but the defense does carry him. Dave, I'm going to put it to you this way. If he's on the Dallas Cowboys, okay, or let's say, Dallas is playing them, and Dallas is up 14 points going into the fourth quarter, okay? Dallas's defense is pretty stout. We know that, correct?
True.
Do you trust Lamar Jackson to throw that ball when you can take away Lamar's legs and put an extra guy in the box?
It's a great question.
I don't.
That's a tough call. I don't know. Lamar's tough at times.
Hey, Dave, I love the guy. I know. Hey, listen, if you make it to the NFL, kudos to you, man. I had dreams one day too.
He does make spectacular plays at times. I mean, he's fun to watch. I'll give you that.
Hey, Dave, sometimes, if you're a quarterback, you got to be the sharpest tool in the shed, and you can't be one drink.
I'm going to say yes. I think he would.
I don't know.
I think he would. I honestly do because it's Lamar, dude. Lamar can do things that other quarterbacks just can't do.
Well, Dave, I'm old school, man. I hate to say this, as a coach, if I'm getting my ass kicked by a quarterback that can run the ball like Lamar, You know what, Dave? There's a thing called making a statement, correct, on defense.
He's got good receivers. I mean,
but Dave, you know what I'm going to do, right? If you're the quarterback for that team and you're running all over my ass and I can't stop you, Dave, you know what? 15 yards means nothing to me, correct?
Correct. Sure.
I'm going to put a hit stick on you so hard. It's going to be a little late. It's no problem. Hey, it's a 15-yard penalty. Not a big deal to me. Dave, you know, in your damn mind, your genius brain, you're going to say, holy shit, I'm not running the ball anymore. I got to throw the ball, and I'm not that good at throwing the ball, you know?
No.
But I get it. I get it. He's a good quarterback.
Wow, he is good. He's real good.
I think he will be in the MVP because a lot of times you see the MVP, the best record in the NFL goes to the MVP, of course, and that's Lamar Jackson right now. You know, so we'll see, but I don't think he's the true.
I just love. I love their coach. I love Harbaugh. I'm a fan.
I do. Lamar's numbers are middle of the pack. I agree. He's middle of the pack. You know, throwing the ball. And if you look at his statement last year, he used himself as his own agent. He coined himself. He trusted himself. He betted on himself basically, and he said, "I'm going to throw for 4,000 yards this year." Brother, I don't even think you have half that. Okay, you know what I mean? You're paid the most in the NFL now as basically a franchise QB.
Oh, you know, he now then again, he is his own agent, so you know, and he did bet on himself, and he's actually, you know, he's showing up. You know,
I agree with Eddie here. I don't care about rushing numbers. I don't either. I do not like that. I mean,
no,
I get it. I get that.
We get it. Yeah, absolutely.
And there's a great statement right there. I'm a firm believer of this too. Running quarterbacks don't win in the playoffs. I agree with that 100% because you know what? You go up against a DC. You know, look at Bill Belichick. He takes away the best player. You know, when he was at Patriots, not this year, of course, but he's always been that way.
No, wait a minute. Wait. He said running. Say that one more time. Running quarterbacks don't win in the playoffs.
Yep.
Russell Wilson did with Seattle.
But Russell Wilson, there's a big difference between Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson. What is it?
He can throw the ball.
Yes, big difference.
Russell Wilson can throw the ball.
Exactly. You just answered your own question, Dave. You just answered.
I know I did, but watching Russell Wilson, I'm saying you said running quarterbacks don't win in the playoffs. Russell Wilson did run with Seattle. So.
But Wilson was a accurate thrower on the run, and he lived off that play action with Marshawn Lynch. Correct.
True.
Eddie says it right there. Wilson was a passer first. Exactly. And Wilson only ran when he needed. He was a stick mover. If the defense gave you 10 yards, he's taking 9 and sliding. Very smart.
I got you.
Lamar Jackson, you take away the passing, first thing he looks at, screw you. I'm running the ball. Okay.
Yeah.
You take away the run, he's like.
Well, Donovan ran a lot too when he was with the Eagles, didn't he?
He did, but you know what? He didn't ever win anything. He was a good quarterback. I think he's probably one of the best.
I'm just saying Donovan did win. I mean, he got there a couple, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I agree, Lamar. He's not a great passer, and to me, I'm not gonna. I don't want to knock the guy. I feel
he's just a runner.
But you know, I hate bashing people because Dave. I had a dream too to play in the NFL. I think every kid did, and someday. But to me, I'm an offensive coach. I love technique, scheme.
Right.
I tell you what, if he came up to me and he threw the ball the way he did, that weird ass.
That sidearm.
You know who he reminds me of, and I hate watching, even though he's a damn good quarterback. He reminds me of Phillip Rivers, the way he throws the ball.
Good, yeah, I can see that.
He has that sidearm release where it's just not so accurate. It's just like you can go back to his days at Louisville. He wasn't the best quarterback throwing the ball. He won the award with running the ball. You know, but hey, you know what? Prove me wrong.
Talk about a guy with no luck in the playoffs, Phil Rivers. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I know, man. Hey, at least he got
such a good quarterback too. He really was.
He's got like 15 kids. Did you see that?
I did see that.
I think he's up to 10. I think he just had another one.
I don't even know.
I think it's 10 now. I think it's 10.
Yeah.
I think it's 10 now. But Dave, get back to this game here, man. Can we talk about one person, Dave? Let me pat myself on the back real quick. Deron Bland.
He did it again.
No pick six, but a pick, Dave.
He did have a pick. He did.
Jeez.
He did.
Jeez.
Oh, so somebody else that I am a fan of this defense.
Go ahead, say his name, Dave.
Donovan Wilson.
Finally, finally we
love this kid.
Finally, it's not a WWE show, but finally, Donovan Wilson makes an appearance.
This is true.
At the right time, I congratulate him.
Yeah, it was a perfect time. Yeah, because Gilmore goes out of the game. He's walking to the tunnel, and everybody's like, "Uh-oh!" And all of a sudden, next play, there you go. Don Wilson gets a pick.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. But Dave, I want to ask you one thing really quick. The only negative in this entire game, can you remember any negative in this game?
Yes, I do.
What's the negative?
The negative was my kicker.
Dave, thank you.
My
Dave,
kicker.
I put in the group chat. I can't stand Mike McCarthy. I can't stand Mike McCarthy right now.
Who was perfect until Sunday.
Hey, do you remember when I put in the group chat? I put a voice message. I can't stand Mike McCarthy. Fire his ass. Why would you put Brandon Aubrey in there and put him in a situation to miss the damn kick?
Well,
let him make history.
Come on. In Brandon's defense, though, I think the wind kind of took it. To be honest, I think the wind shook it a little bit to the left.
I get that. It's bound to happen.
I think it was on. It just hit all you heard was bang. And I was like, oh, no.
I put on Twitter, I was like, I can't stand Greg Olson. You jinxed him.
But in the long run, McCarthy did give him another chance, and he did kick a 50. So come on.
Okay, well, you can't get a mulligan from the one you missed to make history, Dave, for yourself.
But the one that kicked the 50, he kicked right down the middle. It was perfect.
Yeah, I know. I was joking around. When I said that, I talked to my buddy. He was like, Paul, it's no big deal. And I was like, listen, when you're 36 for 36, Dave,
he was 36 for 36.
And you miss one, I get that. The first one's blocked. That doesn't discredit your record there, of course, stat-wise. But then that second one's a doink, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But you know what?
And you heard it through the stadium, Paul. All you heard was bong.
Oh, Dave, I had the big screen on. I had it on surround sound. I'm like, going. I'm like, oh my god,
if you watch it, it kind of went it went to the left.
It actually pulled. I was like, oh no, you got to be kidding me.
Because I was watching. I'm like, all right, come on, make this. I was like, oh, it hit the post.
It's crazy. But Dave, the one thing is you said, I do give credit to Mike McCarthy because he put him back in a situation to say
building his confidence up to hit the 50.
You missed one, but you know what? Hey, we know when we get to the 35-yard line, which becomes a 45 to 50-yard field goal. Times on the line, games on the line. I'm going to you. So get back in there, get it right, and what better way to say it, Dave? Right down the uprights. Hey,
it was perfect. It was right down the middle. It was a perfect. It really was a perfect game.
That was good to me. And also, going to this game here, Dave. Now we move on. But Dave, after this game here,
but real quick before you go there, it was funny. It's the fourth quarter. It's about like maybe 7-8 minutes left of the game. There's Cooper Rush on the sideline, ready to go in the game. All you saw was Cooper Rush. He was pumped up. Get my chance.
I'm surprised in the third quarter he didn't say, "Hey, coach, here we go."
Yeah, exactly. It was funny. He was warming up. You just saw him on the sideline. Like I said to Faith, I said, "It's Cooper Rush time."
And you know what? The funny thing is they didn't run the ball with him. They threw the ball a couple times with him too.
And he had a couple of nice throws too. He did.
He's an accurate thrower. He's an accurate thrower.
I like Cooper Rush.
Final score 38-10 here. And guess what that means, Dave? You know what that means?
NFC East champs. That's what that
means.
We
are the NFC East champs, Dave. The NFC East champs here. I know
Dave,
you know me. I don't play for participation, Dave, but you know what? Nope. I'm gonna pat this Dallas Cowboy on team here. 3 games back, Dave, with 5 weeks to go. You're the NFC East champs. You know what I mean?
Who'd have thought?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That green team losing 5 out of 6. Nobody saw that coming.
No. What's going on, Linda? Thanks for tuning in, girl.
Linda, what's up, girl? Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, but Dave, 5 weeks ago, down 3 games. Hey, the Eagle team lost. Hey, take care of your own business. Everybody says Dallas is not good in December. You know what? Hey, you did business. Yeah, you lost to the Bills. You lost to the Dolphins, of course. But guess what? You took care of business when you needed it the most, and congratulations.
Now you know me. I don't scoreboard watch. I watch the game when I'm there. But somebody next to me was scoreboard watching and kept me informed what was going on. I had no idea. She says to me, "Yo, Dad, what's up?" I said, "What?" She goes, 17-0 Giants. I was like, "What?" And she goes, "Yeah."
It's funny. I had both games. I had 4 games on. Well, 2 games on at the time. I had a college football game on. Not college football, college basketball game I was watching. So I clicked off of it and I went down to 2 screens and I had the Eagles game on right from the start. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not going to screen watch. I flipped it over just to the one game, the 130-inch on one TV, and I'm watching it and I'm like, all right, well, you know what? I'm a little scared here. I'm a little scared for a second. Let me go back to the Eagles game. Flipped it back on. I'm like, hallelujah, 17-0 Giants. And I'm like, okay.
And then Faith says to me at halftime, she goes, "Dad, it's 24-0 Giants." I said, "What?"
I couldn't believe it.
I got to admit, Eagle fans, I was shocked. I got to admit. I was shocked.
Screw those guys. They talk shit about us. Screw you.
All the time.
Hey, you know what? Hey, it is what it is. Dave, NFC East champions. Now, Dave, the hashtags for me are going to be quest for number 6. We deserve it. We need it. It has to happen. Dave, that banner has cobwebs on it behind me, so I need to change that damn thing.
I understand it. I understand.
Got to. And they, 4 years ago, actually, they coined the term "finish the fight." I'm bringing that back now because it's time to finish the fight, Dave.
Well, it's funny. Before we go finish the fight, let's go back to that Washington game real quick. We did have a little scare there with Gilmore because everybody thought it was the injury. It was a pop shoulder. They popped it back in. He says he's ready to go, so that was a good thing.
Yeah, he'll be back. He's already said he's ready to go. He's already in practice and everything. It
was scary. It really was because when he walked out of the tunnel but actually he went into the blue tent.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh no, and we didn't know what it was. We had no idea.
Yeah, they were showing it, like they were showing the replays how he landed, and it was just like right on the shoulder, right on the arm. I'm like, yeah, maybe he pulled the shoulder muscle all the way down to the elbow because reporters said that it was his elbow that he might have fractured.
But he walked out on his own power, so I kind of figured something was. They didn't put him in a cart. He walked out. When
are you ever going to be carted out with the elbow injury or shoulder?
No, I get it, but I'm just saying that was like, to me, it was like, okay, he's walking his own power. It can't be as bad as we thought.
But I'll tell you what, man. If I was a player out there and I knew, what I was, what I meant to this team, Dave, I'll tell you what. If I got a broken fingernail, you know what I mean? I'm being carted off. I'm going like this. That's me.
Yeah, right.
I want to put my hand up.
And I did see an interview with him not too long ago, and he's like, "I'm good to go. I'm ready." I'm like, "My shoulder popped. They popped it back in. I'm good."
Yeah, he said that the next day on Twitter, on his Twitter account. He's like, "I'm ready to go. I'm 100%. I'm ready to practice. Let's bring on Monday walkthrough. Let's go. I'm ready to practice." But Dave, we got a game, Dave. We got a game here. Wild card.
I know, Paul. We have a game on Sunday.
Let's talk about this, Dave. Let's talk about this game, Dave.
Green Bay.
Let's talk about it. Dave, here, I'm going to open it up really quick here. Okay, let's talk about past history here. Mike McCarthy, Super Bowl winning coach, Green Bay Packers. Bye-bye.
2010, I believe, wasn't it?
I believe it was. Bye-bye. See you later. We don't want you anymore. Aaron Rodgers pushed him out. The marriage didn't work anymore. It was bullshit. Whatever happened, say it, whatever it is. Who cares? He's out of coaching for 2 years. Dave, Green Bay has beat us twice in big key games with McCarthy.
They have our number. That's for sure.
I want to say a little revenge, a little payback.
Oh,
what is this,
absolutely.
Dave?
This is definitely a payback game. No doubt about it. I mean, you go back to the Dez catch.
Dave, please don't. God. God.
Go back to the out of bounds play that we thought that he was out of bounds and he wasn't.
Dave, I'm still having a flashback.
But there is a difference. There's difference. Aaron Rodgers is not there anymore. So thank God for that.
Dave, I'm over here shaking because my ex-wife and I, that was our Christmas present.
I remember you were at that game. You said that.
We were 3 rows up where the Lambeau Leap was happened, and we were right in the end zone when that happened. I think I was the only. My ex-wife was a Packer fan. Of course, she's got the freaking ugly-ass cheese head on her, like that. Go back to Dak's rookie year, that 2016 when we did play Green Bay and lost to him. Yeah.
We came back. Dak, played his ass off that game. He really did.
And the last memory is Rodgers to Rodgers on the sideline.
Right, Rodgers to Rodgers. Right. But going back to that 2016 game, we didn't. Romo was hurt. He didn't play.
Yeah. But I still remember that Dez catch, Dave. If he would have caught it,
Dak being a rookie, the way he played Dak played outstanding that day.
Right.
Tell me not. Come on.
I still want revenge for that Dez catch, Dave, because I don't care who I got to tell. I'll scream it till the day I die. If he would have caught that ball, Dave, that would have been the 6th title right there.
The Cowboys would have. Yep, I agree. They would have played Seattle. They would have played Seattle in the NFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
And we beat Seattle 2 weeks. And the funny part was, we beat Seattle 2 weeks ago before that game because I forget who it was. The linebacker had an interception again in Seattle. I forget. But I forget who it was.
I don't know.
But yeah, Dallas went into Seattle and Boston and beat them bad, and it was great.
Yeah,
it was great.
Ken Fry checks in. He says, Super Bowl or bust. Dave, I'll let you start with that because I think we're going to disagree on this.
Super Bowl or bust. I'm one game at a time or bust. That's what I'm saying. One game at a time. One game at a time.
You know where I'm going, Dave, right?
I know where you're going with this, but me, I'm taking it one game at a time. Just Green Bay's the first part of the quiz.
You're right. You're right. You got to open the first page of the book to get to the end of the book. You got to read the entire book. Some people
This
jump.
is true, and that's the way I'm looking at it right now. One game at a time.
I'm a little different, Dave. Like using myself as an example. 2 years coaching up here, 9-2 both years, losing to the same team. A lot of the parents were, "Hey, coach, get them next year." Nah, screw that. I don't care if I beat them. I want that championship. I don't look to beat a team and say, "I beat you. I'm better than you." Dave, I play for that one goal. And to me, Dave, there's 32 teams in the league. When 31 teams say that I made the Super Bowl, I look at them and say, brother, you ain't shit. You lost. There's only one team that's Super Bowl champs. To me, it's to me, Dave, on paper,
one page at a time, my friend. One page at a time.
Well,
Green Bay's the first page.
Dave, screw that. Look at my book here. You know what, Dave? Let me open my book real quick. And it says here, week 1, week 2, all the way to week 18, win your playoff game. Dave, screw that. I'm flipping to the very back where it says Super Bowl. Okay.
I got it. I understand.
That's me. But yeah, I agree. I win is a win every week. I understand that because you get eliminated, there is no next week.
That's what I'm saying. There is no right now. There is no tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Eddie says NFC Championship or bust. I do get that to some
point. I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with that.
We talked about, Dave. You and I argued about this last year, and I said you told me, well, Paul, you go 12-5, you get here, you win a playoff game. Next year, take the step. Take
another step.
But the way I look at it, the last 2 years, Dave, the steps were there. But you got so embarrassed. You didn't take a step in advancement. To me, time management, you got your ass beat last year big time. There is no advancement. You got to take a next step. I get that NFC East, NFC Championship. I get that. But to me, Dave, listen, you're probably going to play most likely San Francisco in the NFC Championship if you get there, okay? You got to beat them. That to me, you got to get to the Super Bowl. I have to get to the Super Bowl. If you lose in the Super Bowl, it'll sting. You know damn well it's going to sting me, Dave. But I will take that step on. I will ring that top of the ladder and say, you know what? I'm okay. You got me here. But the problem is, Dave, we won't get into this show. But Dave, how many off-season free agents do we have next year? Big time. Parsons needs to get paid with 1 year left. CeeDee Lamb is going to break the United Wells Fargo plus the whatever bank you want to tell me. He's going to get he's going to get the bags next year, Dave.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
That's what scares me.
I'm with you. Like, it's funny. You see this team. You see this team, and I watch. What was that? Chainsaw and Pom Pom.
Oh God.
Oh, who brought him in the show?
Yeah, Eddie says NFC Championship game. I agree with that. We gotta get there.
He lost my train of thought because of that pom pom thing. Yeah, it is what it is. We have to just take it one game at a time.
I get it.
I'm not counting the Eagles out of Tampa. I think they got a shot.
I agree. We'll talk about that later. But
I'm worried about them right now. But I'm worried about us. Mm-hmm. We're home. I like our chances at home. We play better at home.
I mean, Ken agrees. He's saying, I think they are Super Bowl caliber this year. They start this week on 31. He's giving a score. I'm going to write that down now. 31-14 Dallas.
Ooh.
But to me, what I see, I get it. Fan first.
31-14? Wow.
But what I look at, Dave, is this. Okay, arguably, we always said this. Look at the last 4 to 5 years of this Dallas Cowboy team. Let's go back 6 years, Dave. On paper, you are top 4 in this league on paper, Dave.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
No, you're dead on.
You are Super Bowl caliber every year when you step on that field. But you got to put everything, scheme, players, mentality, coaching. You got to put it all together. 3-phase game. You can't win with just offense. You can't win with just defense. That's going back to like Baltimore. Their defense is elite. Can Lamar Jackson put them over that hump? I don't know yet. Prove me wrong. Can Dallas?
If they get off to a great start, they're going to go. They'll roll. If they get off to a great start, they'll roll.
I agree with that, but my thing is like you got to put 3 phases together. The defense can play great. We've seen the offense bail them out a couple times this year. We've seen that. We've seen the defense bail the offense out. We've seen a couple games where all 3 didn't show up. Arizona, San Francisco. We've seen those games, Dave. The offensive line got manhandled against Buffalo. The defensive line got manhandled against, I don't want to say Buffalo, against James Cook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's games where you got to put all 3 together. And regardless of what you did in the regular season, it's time to put it together in the playoffs here. That's
regular season's done, as far as I'm concerned. It's playoff time now.
Everybody's 0-0 right now. Everybody's
exactly. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Eddie, I agree, brother. Pay Lamb. You already know he's going to be the
if
major
they don't, something ain't right. They'll pay him. Don't worry about that.
You have to. I mean, they're still talking about Dak Prescott, contract to renegotiate at the back end, to pay him up front, the guaranteed. But you have to, because you think about this. Parsons is coming up, of course. Okay, then you have CeeDee Lamb. You got to pay him. Right now, think about this. Devontae Adams is the highest paid wide receiver, correct?
Yeah.
$18 or $19 million a year, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How much better is he than Devontae Adams right now?
How much better is Lamb better than Devontae Adams?
Yeah. I'm talking like break the bank money here, Dave, most likely.
I agree, but I'm saying Devontae Adams didn't have, much. I mean, he had quarterback issues this year. That was his problem.
I get that, but on this team, how vital is having CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott together for another 3 or 4 years, right?
Am I complaining? No.
So you're probably looking at 5 years, Dave. I mean, wide receiver, you're going to get 3 to 4 years. I mean, what I'm looking at, I think they're going to make him the highest paid wide receiver in the game, of course, probably in history.
This is Dak's 8th year in the league, 7th year in the league?
Yeah, I'm talking about, CD. I think he's going to get, honestly, if it's me, I think he's going to project or demand. I don't want to say demand, project. Probably 4 years, 80 million, 5 years, 95 million.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I was thinking 75, 80, somewhere there.
But then again, Dave, you got that other guy on the opposite side of the ball, Mr. Number 11, Micah Parsons, who's going to be.
You got to pay him too.
Well, you know what? And then what are you going to do? Are you really going to pay Tony Pollard at a franchise tag of $10.5 million for what he produced this year? No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Nope.
Yeah. But Dave, let's get into this game real quick. Let's get into this.
Let's go.
We have a game, the wild card game. The Green Bay Packers come to the Big D and play the Dallas Cowboys here. Wild card preview. Jordan Love, quarterback. Aaron Jones, questionable. A.J. Dillon.
Is he questionable?
They're both questionable as of right now.
Wow.
They're both going to play, Dave.
They're going to. Well, Jones might. I don't know about Dillon, but we'll see.
I mean, they are banged up. Romeo Dobbs is questionable as well. He's going to play too. He has limited practice, of course. But what scares you on this team, Dave? I'm just going to say running backs scare me.
I think Aaron Jones scares me.
I agree. I think it's one of those two. Pick your poison, Dillon or
Dallas has Dallas last 2 games has been better at stopping the run, which is something they've been working on, which I really love to see. And you got to stop Aaron Jones. I mean, my God, the guy could run all over you if you don't stop him. I mean, it's just one of those things. But you got to remember too, Paul. Put in this perspective, this is Jordan Love's first playoff game.
Dave, this is an audition. This is an audition.
So I'm saying being behind Aaron Rodgers all those years. This is his first official playoff game as a starter.
Yeah, I mean, this is a highlight reel for him. Like, okay, my first playoff game. Nobody thought, Dave. Honestly, I'll be the first one to say I thought Green Bay was toast this year. I really did.
I did too. I think they slide. I mean, they got hot at the right time.
Yeah, and that's the thing I give credit to, the Florida system out there. And the one thing I think this is going to be a heavy dose of the running game, because as a rookie quarterback, Dave, if I'm taking a rookie quarterback in this game, I'm saying, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. All we want you to do is go out and manage this game. We're going to give you a great running game. We're going to establish the run. We're not going to abandon it. When they put an extra box player in the box there, that's where we're going to take our chances and go deep or run a slant. Because, Dave, I still remember that Giants game, the first series of the game. Dallas was so aggressive, Dave, trying to get after Danny Jones, right?
Mm-hmm.
They became over-aggressive, and what did Danny do? He ran.
Oh, he ran. Yeah.
And I just hope Dallas's defense doesn't get over-aggressive, because of the fact if you do, a smart quarterback, but a smart OC in LaFleur, he's going to find ways to get it out fast. He's going to spread you. And they do have great. I love Christian Watson. He's when he's healthy,
very good.
Good.
Yeah.
He's good.
No doubt.
And I like Luke Musgrave, the tight end too.
The question is, does Green Bay have enough to really go over the top on Dallas? I don't think they do.
The one I'm worried about, Dave, honestly, is Christian Watson. We know he's healthy.
Yeah, Christian Watson's a good player. Yeah, he's solid.
He can get to the second level. I do give him that. But the problem is, when you don't have time, we talked about this with Tua. We've seen this with many quarterbacks that we play. You've got to get pressure on them. If you get on a QB. Look at Michael. I know you watched the game, Dave. Michigan, Washington game.
I did watch it.
Michael Penix can beat any team out there with his arm. He's very
no doubt
6-year QB, so mentality smart. But you put Michigan so much pressure on Penix. It was like, Dave, he's seen things he's never seen before.
I know. Yeah, Michigan did do a lot of disguises on him. They did.
That's what Dallas has to do. They have to be so different on defense here. Show them multiple looks, more schemes. Put an extra linebacker in the box and pull him out of there. Get him into coverage. Bring that safety up. Put the safety in the box. Pull the extra linebacker. Marquise Bell, I think he's going to be the factor this week, where I think he's going to be more of a blitzer than a pass coverage guy, because Luke Musgrave is a good tight end, but I don't think that he demands a true pass blocking, stopping linebacker or coverage guy on him. I think they can get away with it. I think Marquise Bell comes in the box a lot more.
Is there any chance we see any Damian Wilson on Sunday?
You know what? I think he's going to sit out. I don't think they're going to use him this game. I think he will be an asset going into the playoffs as a depth.
I mean, definitely could use him. That's for sure.
No, I get that, but I think he's.
I mean, he's a solid linebacker, Paul. Come on.
No, he is. He is solid, but Dave, there's a difference between being solid and scheme wise. It
wouldn't hurt to put him on there.
I would like to get him a couple games.
Sure.
Get him some reps there. Of course, you want to get him there for playoff football, and I think he does get in there, but I don't think he's going to.
That's why you brought him in here.
Yeah, I get that. I don't think he's going to be the big factor this week. I don't. I think it's going to be Marquise Bell, honestly, because I think he has the speed, Dave. He does have the speed.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
And he's a solid hitter too, coming from safety. And what I like about him is he can play off a tight end because he is a true safety. He came up from safety playing before he came up to linebacker.
This is true.
So I think that's going to be, to me, I'm just worried about the running game. I think LaFleur's smart.
Do we see a lot of Parsons off the edge on Sunday?
I think you have to. Okay. You think about this Packer offensive line. They what's his name? God, I remember his name. I wrote it down earlier. Jenkins. I think their guard is going to be questionable. Now they're solid on the right side is more solid than the left side. Their blind side is not the greatest. They have Rashid Walker, I think.
Walker, that sounds right. Yeah.
He's been giving up a lot of sacks off the edge. I mean, you look at the games they had. Aiden Hutchinson got to him, I think, 3 times that game. So that left side is a little bit questionable. The right side is good. They have a veteran there, John Runyon.
Yeah.
His son, played for the Eagles.
He's been there. Yeah, he's been there a while.
And Dave, you know what high school John Runyon went to?
I do not. No.
St. Joe's Prep, baby.
Oh, Prep. Okay, I should have figured that.
I had to throw that one in there, Dave.
Yeah, you got me on that one.
St. Joe's Prep. Yeah. But I think the right side. I think they're going to use them on the left side a lot more, and I think Marquise
probably will
is going to come off the right side. They're going. To me, I think they're going to use a lot of chips because they're going to have to control Parsons off the edge. But
Big Hank is back, baby.
Yeah, they're all back. They're healthy. Gallamore's ready to go. Everybody's
Gallimore, Hank. I'm excited.
The rotation's
it's going to be fun.
Yeah, the rotation's there. I'm really happy about that. But I think this week we got to get pressure on Jordan Love. Put him in different looks where.
That's what I'm saying. Put him in positions he's not used to, and I mean, Jordan Love likes to throw the ball though. He does throw the ball. I'll give him that.
And the thing is, too, if you keep him conservative in the pocket and give him time, he's a pretty good quarterback. He's accurate.
I was watching highlights of him against the Bears, and he was throwing the ball pretty well. I know it's the Bears, but I get it. But still,
I mean, any quarterback. I don't want to say any quarterback. There's some quarterbacks that can't really do it. I mean, you give him an open pocket where he can stand back there and just manipulate the yard. Look at progression of 1, 2, and 3. You're going to make the right read. But if you get pressure on him, put some coverage on him where he feels pressure on the blind side. Every quarterback, like when I'm up here, I give my quarterback 3 seconds in the pocket. 1, 2, 3. And even when we're scrimmaging, Dave, even against another team, if I go 1, 2, 3, I blow the whistle, in scrimmages. You're sacked. You're sacked. You're not going to hold the ball for 3 seconds. I blame the offensive line. I blame you, number one. That's what I do. I have a quarterback clock at 3 seconds in my timing. So you got to put pressure on them.
I want to see them put pressure on him, come off the edges. I want to see a fumble and a run back from defense. That's what I want.
Now, go to
somebody like Dorrance Armstrong or Gallimore. Somebody to just put pressure on him, pick up the ball, and just go to the end zone. Take it. I don't care who it is.
I think it's going to be middle of the pressure too. I think Parsons is going to get to the quarterback. He's not going to get the sacks. I think he's going to get like assists. Attempted pressures basically, or assisted pressures. I don't think it's going to be a big sack game. I think it's going to be a lot of pressure football. But if the sacks are going to come, Dave, I think it's going to come from the middle because
middle.
I don't like their center. I like their center. What's his name? Baglardi's out. Of course, Bacardi, whatever his name is, he's done.
I don't.
But
got me.
But Josh Myers is an okay center, but he's not the biggest center. And I think Gallimore, Hankins, and Mozzie, I think they can blow this up.
I'm hoping.
I think they can blow it up.
I'm hoping you're right. Let's go.
But Dave, let's go to the defense side of the ball real quick before we get out of here. Now, they do have Jair Alexander, who's a stud. He's a stud.
Yeah, he is.
Stud at left corner. Now, the thing is with him, Dave, I want to ask you this here. Okay, Jair Alexander is one of those corners that switch sides of the fields every other play. He follows your best wide receiver. The thing is, he doesn't play slot as well as outside, of course. Okay, advantage us CD in the slot. Okay,
advantage Brandon Cooks if you think about it.
But he said he's going to stay on the outside. He's not moving to the slot. Of course, he doesn't play slot that much, but if needed, he will. He's trying to do it this week, of course, to scheme-wise against CeeDee Lamb.
Sure.
But he's most likely going to be on Brandon Cooks almost 80% of the game this week. So who's that leaving?
Advantage CeeDee Lamb.
Big time. But, they do have good corners. And
you still have Gallup, too.
There's the word, Dave. Gallup.
Yep.
There's the word.
Yep.
Where is Michael Gallup going to fit in, Dave?
Yeah, he might be that guy.
I don't want to put him back on a milk carton, Dave. You know what I mean?
You keep putting Michael Gallup on that milk carton. I don't know, man. Actually, Dave, don't forget about Tolbert too. Tolbert can play.
I'm going to be honest with you. I put Tolbert ahead of Michael Gallup.
Yeah, lately.
I do.
Lately, yeah, I'll give you that.
You know what? To me, if you,
but it's not like Gallup's not doing anything. Like he is helping. I mean, he does key things on the offense that maybe he's not catching the ball, but he's still doing different things.
Eddie says, Gallup? Yeah, Eddie says, which Gallup? Exactly. Which one are you going to get?
Right. Eddie, exactly. Which Gallup?
And I believe Eddie said right here when I said a milk carton, I think Eddie already put Michael Gallup on the milk carton. I already have. Yep, there he goes. Yep. Put it on a milk carton. Eddie, I agree, man, 100%. Like, I get it. Two things that piss me off. You come off the injury, you pay him a lucrative contract coming off the injury. We don't know what you are. Then you come back the first season. Bro, you catch, 8 balls the entire season. I understand you're coming off injury. This is your second year, brother. We know you have the speed. But the one thing I'll give Tolbert, when you watch him play with Dak, okay, he doesn't give up balls. He continues to
he doesn't.
Routes. He makes different looks like, okay, Dak's scrambling. I'm going to go deep. I can beat this guy. I'm going to go deep. Or you know what? Dak's going to the sideline. I'm going to get to the sideline too so I can get that 8-yard pass, 5-yard pass. Gallup, oh no. Gallup runs one route, and if it's not him, I don't want to say give up on the ball, but he gives up on the ball, Dave.
He does a lot. He does.
Pisses me off. You got to be quick.
Yeah, but Gallup can jump like a gazelle if that ball's up there, man. I've seen Dak throw balls to Gallup, and he jumped up there and gets them. It's incredible.
I get that. Jump ball goes to the advantage of the wide receiver, of course, when you got a gazelle. But as a wide receiver, Dave, you got to be quarterback friendly, correct?
Yeah.
You got to keep your quarterback alive, man. You can't just say, well, Dave's back there scrambling. I'm just going to stop and watch him get sacked. It ain't going to happen.
I think you might see a lot of Ferguson too on Sunday.
I think so too. I think that's what we see. I'm still waiting for a double tight end touchdown here, Dave.
I'm loving Ferguson. But I mean, my God, this kid is stepping up everything. You thought Schultz was good. Ferguson, you haven't lost anything. You think about it. I mean, Schultz was outstanding last year for Dak. And
talk about their tight ends, Dave. They do have.
What about Hendershot on Sunday with the big jump over the top?
Yeah.
Peyton with the big.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I love that kid.
I do. I'm a fan.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing, Dave. Their linebackers are pretty good. A lot of people disrespect their linebackers. They have Preston Smith, Devondre Campbell, and Quay Walker.
Quay Walker's decent. He can play.
Linebackers that can cover the tight ends too. So I think they take away the tight end play because I think Quay Walker could stay on a Hendershot, a Fergie. I think they can. Ferguson's playing another level right now. We know that. But I think the advantage is going to be on the trenches here. I think Pollard has to open up these lanes to create more space for the wide receivers. Because
I agree.
Dave, 12 games this year, they took away Pollard, and it's like, you know what?
Got to score in the red zone, big man. Got to score in the red zone.
You have to. I mean, you have to get there first, but you got to score, of course, there. But I agree, Dave. I think it's going to be we'll get to scores in a second. But I think CD's going to have a big game. He has to, of course. We have to continue that. But I think honestly that I think the X factor is is Gallup, man. Gallup or Tolbert this week because they're going to
I
take.
think Gallup could be the X factor. Yeah,
they're going to try to take away Lamb. They're going to try to take Cooks with Jair Alexander. So I think it's going to be Tolbert. Hendershot, I think, is going to be a key player too. Bergey's going to be a key player, but it's going to be that opposite side wide receiver, opposite of CeeDee Lamb and Cooks. It's either Gallup.
I think we have to run the ball a lot too. I think it's got to be a lot. You're going to see a lot of Pollard on Sunday.
Gallup is Dallas's Maurice Valdez Scandling. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Gallup in Dallas. I don't know about that.
MVS Scandling. I agree. I do. I agree with that 100%. Paul, I hope Brock Bowers drop. Oh my God, dude. But Eddie, honestly, think about this. What would you do with a crowded 3 tight end room? I mean, you got to put Ferguson number 1. You automatically got to move. Well, I'm sorry, no, 4 tight end room.
You have 4 tight ends because you put in Shoemaker too.
Yeah, you got Shoemaker's second round last year.
Yeah.
What do you do? Who's the odd man out? It's got to be Hendershot then.
I would think Peyton.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I would. Yeah, that would be my guess.
Wow. Yeah, if you're correct about him dropping. Well, they're saying because the injury. I know you checked into this college show. They are talking about him because of the fact that his coming off that shoulder injury, and what they're saying is that he wasn't 100%. You can see the productivity, but with a talent like that, man, you listen. God, he's a one of a kind talent. He's a talent. He's a talent.
Before we get to our scores, can we do a little I can't think of the word.
All right, play straight. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Big Al and
Oh yeah. Well, here, let me get to the comments really quick. Okay. And he says
gotcha.
Brock and Jake. That would. Oh my God, Dave. Have you ever watched Brock Bowers play?
I have not. Yes, I.
Oh my God, Georgia Bulldogs, insane.
Okay.
Dave, if he would have came out of the draft last year, he probably would have been top 6 in the draft last year.
Gotcha.
That's how good he is.
Okay.
He says, get rid of Shoemaker. Ooh, that's crazy for a second.
It's his first year. You can't do that. No.
Shoemaker. Okay. And commercial.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, let's do the commercial. There we go. Eddie's on the ball tonight, brother.
He's all over it.
He is on the ball. Well, Dave, let's do some really quick, guys. Let me take a drink.
There we go.
It's not Monkey Cold Coffee, but here, let me take it. Thank you. All right, guys. Listen, if you're out there and need some coffee out there, make sure you reach out monkeycoldcoffee.com. The evolution of flavor infused coffee. 4 great flavors and 1 just added out. The honey agave. This is the newest flavor out there. I got to put that new banner up there. Bourbon chocolate chip, toasted coconut rum, Samaritan blend, organic Portland, Florida. Make sure you reach out to monkeycoldcoffee.com. OTBS Sports at monkeycoldcoffee.com. For there, get some swag, t-shirts, coffee mugs, whatever you want. You name it, they got it. The best damn product out there. And also, you got to check out their Paradise Rum Cake. To me, it gave me a buzz. It didn't give Ken a buzz, but it gave me one. I'm a light drinker, so make sure you reach out to monkeycoldcoffee.com. OTBS Sports at the checkout. Also, guys, listen, Philly. I got you covered, brother. You already know. Reach out. Jason Fine, attorney, 1-800-HURT-123. Big Al. All your attorney needs. Motor vehicle accidents, slip and fall, workman's comp, personal injury claims, they got you covered, of course. And 3 great locations, Cherry Hill, Pittsburgh, PA, my neck of the woods, and, of course, that ugly city of fraud players. Dave, my camera went off, so I will be back on in a second here, okay? Just keep going. I hit something down here, and I don't know what the hell has happened.
What did you hit?
I don't know, Dave. I might have to call 1-800-HURT-123, honestly. So I don't even know, Dave.
You would have to call Big Al.
Yeah, probably. I got to call, Big Al here. But anyway, you can hear me. So anyway,
I can definitely hear you.
You can hear me. So, yeah, I need to call Jason Fine. But make sure you reach out to Jason Fine there, 1-800-HURT-123. Attorney Big Al, motor vehicle accident, slip and fall, workman's comp. Mention out of the box. Got you covered. 33 and 30%. Always on time. No recovery, no fee. Oh, guys, we're back. My camera's off.
1-800-HURT-123. Attorney Big Al.
Yes. Dave, I'm going to stay off camera because I don't know what the hell I hit here, but you can hear my voice. Okay. So, Dave, you got this screen. So, Dave, how about we do some final predictions really quick here?
Put me on camera by myself. I love it. Okay.
You already know. It's prime time, baby. It's time for Cooper Rush to step up.
Time, Cowboy Nation, baby. No.
All right, Ken gave us the final score, 31-14. Dave, what's your final score here?
Wow. You know what, Paul? I've been going over this last few days ever since I figured out we were playing Green Bay because I wasn't sure who we were playing in the first round.
Right.
I'm going to say Cowboys 27.
Ooh.
Green Bay 17.
31-17?
27-17.
Oh, 27-17. Okay.
Yep.
I like that. I like that comment. Let's see.
Yep.
All right. Well,
that's
Dave,
what I'm going to go with.
All right. Eddie, give me your prediction as well. 27-17. Dave, I'm going to go here. I think they right the ship here. I think this is a revenge game, a asterisk on Mike McCarthy's play calling here. I think he's going to put up some points. I'm going to go 33-19 Dallas.
Wow.
I'm going to go 33-19. 33-19.
I like that. I like that.
And going back to a comment about Shoemaker, yes, he is a blocker. I get that 100%.
He's a blocker, right? And he's not. Exactly. He's a blocker, and it's his rookie year. You can't. I mean, he's not going anywhere for a while.
Yeah, I've been saying that. Coming out of there, he's a big tight end. And what did I say, Dave? He's more of a run blocking tight end.
He's a run blocking tight end.
He is, and I think that to me, where I think they did their homework in a way, Dave. I think what they did is they said, okay, we lost Zeke last year. We don't think we're going to be able to pound the ball, so we're going to get an extra blocker. Shoemaker was there. I was kind of concerned because. Dave, it pissed me off because they passed Michael Mayer last year from Notre Dame. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they could have.
You said that. You said that earlier.
Kind of gave me mad there. Eddie gives his final thought. It is 27-13.
Eddie's all over it.
So we are pretty unanimous this week.
Yeah.
Eddie says, "Thank you, Eddie. I agree 100%. Dallas screwed up by not taking Michael Mayer, and the freaking Raiders got him.
Yeah, they did.
And I'm not trying to be biased or anything, being a Notre Dame fan, but this guy, there was arguably 1 and 2. I get Dalton Kincaid. I get that, playing great ball as well. But Michael Mayer in this system where he could feed off like a Jason Witten type, they called him Baby Gronk, Dave, coming out of Notre Dame. So
I hear you.
I'm kind of pissed off. But, hey, you know what? It is what it is.
Yep.
We're fine. Hendershot and Ferguson are stepping up. We're good with that. But, Dave, how about we do some I like this comment. Shoemaker was lousy at Michigan. I get that. He was more of a Michigan old school Jim Harbaugh type tight end who demanded space, controlled the line of scrimmage, and ran a 3-yard drag route for a first down. That's what made him. That's what he made him.
Well, Dak found him a few times this year.
Yeah, but they could utilize him a lot better. He's a big body, but I think he went too high.
Dak's more on Ferguson than he is Shoemaker, so what are we going to do?
Yeah, I get that. But, Dave, how about we do some final thoughts before we get out of here, brother?
Final thoughts. Wow. Yeah. The playoffs are starting. Starts on Saturday. Everybody's excited about the playoffs. I don't know. Philadelphia fans, I'm not sure about that. But
they got to wait till Monday. They got to wait till Monday.
No, just they have to wait till Monday, right?
They got to wait.
Yeah, enjoy the playoffs, everybody, and I hope you're if your team's in it, enjoy it, have fun. But our final thoughts: let's get the W at home. No doubt about it. It's Green Bay. It's revenge time. We've had so many memories of Green Bay in the past. I want to get those demons out of here. Let's win this game on Sunday and move on to the next round. Cowboys win 27-17. Call it a day. Go, boys, go.
I agree. My final thoughts, even though I'm not on camera, you can hear my voice. I'm preaching down to everybody out there in Cowboy Nation. So these are my final thoughts. Let's go out and let's seal the win here. As you see on the screen, it's finished to fight. Quest for 6. Let's go out and get this. Let's go out and get this win this week. Move on to the second round here. Whoever we host, let's get it. Keep on winning. Stay healthy. Continue to drive. Finish the fight. Quest for 6. Let's go. Cowboys win this week. Cowboy Nation's in effect. Let the haters hate us. Let the lovers love us. Let's go, because we are Dallas Cowboys, and that's the way we.
I agree. Totally.
So, Dave, you ready to get out of here? Even though I'm going to be.
Yeah, you're off camera. I'm by myself. I feel like I should be saying, it's kind of weird.
I kind of like this, Dave. I kind of like.
I feel like I'm doing my own show here.
The funny thing is, Dave, my dad always told me, being a Dallas Cowboy fan, Dad, why is there always a hole at AT&T Stadium, Dallas Stadium?
So God can watch the team play. That's what.
Well, Dad, I hope I'm never going to be like that. But Dad, I think I'm the voice of reason here. I think I'm looking down on Cowboy Nation. Yep. I'm off screen. I'm looking through that hole tonight and saying, "How about those Cowboys?"
Yep.
Let's. Yes.
This is weird.
It is weird. I like this, Dave. I like being off camera here,
I'm sure you do.
I don't know what the hell I did. I pulled something out of here and my camera went off for a second. I have no idea. I am not a computer genius. All I am is an idiot here. So we'll see if we can get it fixed, though. I don't know. We better get it fixed because I don't know. We need to.
I hear you.
All right, Dave, listen, my name is Paul Spencer, even though you don't see me. That is Cowboy Dave Yarnell. This is the 215 Boys every Wednesday, 9:30. Dave, what time are you going to be on this weekend here?
I really don't know. I've talked to my partner. He's been working a lot on the weekend, so I don't know what's going on. Either be Saturday, maybe 11, I'm hoping.
Right. And what about the Cowboys show this weekend, Dave? We got to get on here because this is playoff football, Dave.
Oh, pregame show would probably be, I'll say 3:30 on Sunday.
Sounds good. 3:30, we'll do a post-game show, win or lose, but we don't even care about the loss because we are going to win because we're Dallas Cowboys. We're going to there. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're the NFC East champions.
Post-game 7:30, I believe.
Yeah, we'll do 7:30, 7:45. Just make sure you subscribe to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Out of the Box Sports Entertainment there for all your needs. My name is Paul Spencer. That is Dave. You're another showstopper. Guys, we'll be back Sunday, 3:30, giving you all the X and O's to a Cowboys victory. And you already know we are the Dallas Cowboys. Until then,
go, boys, go.
If you ever need a backup, call Eddie. There you go. Eddie, I'm still waiting on you.
Eddie,
Eddie, I already talked to you about this. Reach out to me because we're going to get you on here. We're going to get your own show starting pretty damn soon. So,
Eddie.
Yep. So, Dave, you ready to get out here, brother?
Let's do it, man.
As we always say, Dave.
Go, boys, go.
You already know.